Hi guys, welcome back to my vegan kitchen. I have got a very timely recipe for you today. I hope you're not watching this in the middle of the winter, but it's the end of the summer here. It's nearing the end of the summer. And I've got an S-ton of peaches to deal with because my tiny little peach tree decided to be heavily pregnant with millions of peaches. Peaches everywhere. I've even got pears from my pear tree, which is very small also, but with all the rain, we've got tons of fruit. So this is a recipe that everyone absolutely loves. It is delicious and it is very simple and it's vegan. So let's get started. We're going to be making this today in an 8x8 snack size pan, I guess you would call this, like snack bars. I don't know why they call it that. Very few ingredients. I usually do this in my rice cooker because it has a cake setting on it and it has a non-stick thing, so it's very easy. It makes a nice presentation. You put it in here, put it on cake, dump it over, and you've got a peach upside down cake. But you don't have to do it like that if you don't have a rice cooker. That's why we're doing it in the toaster oven today. So here I've already got my peaches prepared. Now when you get a peach like this from the store or from your tree, you blanch it, which means you immerse it in boiling water for about a minute or two. Take it out, let it cool. Don't try and peel it when it's blazing hot. You'll burn your fingers. Wait for it to cool off and then you just peel the skin off. It comes off very quickly on a ripe peach. So I've already got probably about 4 cups of peaches here prepared. I don't know how many peaches that is. It's probably about 15 peaches. Now this is totally up to you. As long as it covers the bottom of the pan. You don't even have to cut them up. You can just leave them in halves. If you like little slices, cut them up in little slices. Okay. I don't know why I arranged that because I'm going to have to mix the flour with it. I'm going to be mixing about a quarter cup of flour with that. Also, a nice amount of cinnamon. Nice amount. Probably like a teaspoon. I like a lot of cinnamon. It gives a lot of flavor. It's good for your blood sugar, helps regulate your blood sugar. So I'm just going to mix that up, and that's it for the bottom of the cake. You just want to make sure all of that flour gets wet. Some people like to arrange this pretty. I don't make that pretty food. I make good tasting food. It doesn't always have to be pretty. In the bowl over here, it's a very simple recipe. Half a cup of regular flour, or if you're gluten-free, a gluten-free flour substitute. Half a cup of almond flour and half a cup of coconut sugar. So that's the dry ingredients, plus a good amount of cinnamon. Probably like a teaspoon. I measure everything exactly. That's exactly 1 teaspoon. Also, a pinch of salt. And over here, I have 1 ripe banana. So we're just going to mash this up a little bit. I love using a rice paddle to mix this up because it just smashes it really easily, and it's kind of like a spatula. It really gets in the corners there. So that was quick. We've got that done. We're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. I like pure vanilla extract. I don't like the imitation one. If you're going to put a vanilla flavor in there, put a delicious one in. A tablespoon of oil. This is kind of optional. I like a little bit of oil in there because it gives better taste, I think. But if you're on a low oil diet, you can totally leave that out. This is the secret ingredient. Soy yogurt. Now don't worry if you don't have soy yogurt, much less homemade soy yogurt. I'm sorry, I just love homemade yogurt. We're going to put a half cup in here and mix it with the banana. If you don't have the soy yogurt, almond milk, some kind of non-dairy milk, soy milk will be just fine. But the homemade yogurt, homemade yogurt, gives it a nice tang that really sets it off against the, that was exactly half a cup. Actually, I didn't have to measure just then because it doesn't matter. You're going to have to feel out the recipe and you might have to add more anyway. Alright, so that's totally combined. I forgot these extra 2 dry ingredients for the dry ingredients. Half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So we're gonna just add that to the dry ingredients. Just mix these up a little bit before you put the wet ones in there, because you don't want to get lumps of like cinnamon or lumps of like sugar. Just make sure everything is fairly well combined before you put the wet in. Alright, here goes the wet. You're going to want to mix this till it's a little bit thicker than like pancake batter. So you could see already there's not enough liquid in there because it's kind of thick. So we're going to add a little bit more, probably like a couple of tablespoons at a time. We're getting there. This is a very important step because you don't want it to be too liquidy because it's going to take forever to cook, and you don't want it to be too dry because it's just going to be a dry old turd then. Now look, that's like perfect. That's the perfect consistency that you want, just so that it's pourable. And pour it over the top. Now we're just going to pretend we're bricklayers and get that nice and smooth across the top. And we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 for, I would say, about an hour, but it might be 45 minutes. Alright, we're back and it's out of the oven. It's had a chance to cool off a little bit.
Oh, beautiful.
It was actually in there for about 55 minutes. If you're not sure if it's done or not, do the toothpick test. I was pretty confident that it was done. Alright, we got my #1 taster here tasting it.
I'm not your #1 taster, Dad is.
Well, alright, I didn't know we were
Don't try to butter me up.
I didn't know we were in a pissing contest.
No, I'm not. I know where I stand.
Okay.
Smells lovely. Mmm.
Yeah?
Hold on. This cake right now, this like almond cake or whatever, is my favorite kind of cake. So with the peaches on top, oh, it's so good!
It's like a double layer. It's a double dream.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Awesome. I hope you guys try it. It's really simple, like I said. If you don't have peaches, you could use other fruits. You could do apple, you could do plum, you could probably even do mango. Mango and almond cake would be really good as well.
Oh, we gotta go get that.
Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the recipe, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more recipes, and until next time, much love.